Hello, everyone. My name's Nishant, and well, I guess I'm excited to be here. OSA 2018 convention. This is my company, DAD, also known as Damage Assessing Drones, has a catchy name. That's my logo, by the way. I made it. All right, so this is just some background information, and it's like my introduction. So I know what some of you are thinking, like, Dad, seriously, what type of business is that? Trust me, by the end of this presentation, all your questions will be answered. When I first started my company in the summer, I had no intentions of being here. I didn't realize the potential and simplicity my business had. Let's talk about how I made this business. It was the middle of summer, and my friend and I were getting bored. We decided to use my friend's drone in creative ways. Eventually, we discovered this gold mine business. So what is DAD? As I mentioned before, DAD stands for Damage Assessing Drones. In our service, we provide pictures of your roof via drone. You can use these pictures to assess whether the condition of your roof is healthy or not. How can DAD help you? DAD can help you identify whether your roof has damage or not. The major reason why roofs are damaged is because of hail. If the damage is excessive, we may give you our private contractor's number. Some signs of roof damage include black spots and upturned shingles. A common misconception is that the dark lines on roofs are damage. Actually, it's just mold. And if you can see in this picture, this is a picture that I actually took with my friend's drone and at one of her neighbor's house. And this black line right here, that isn't roof damage. It's just mold from like the rain building up. Yeah. So why should you choose DAD over other insurance companies and private contractors? DAD is unique compared to other businesses, such as how I mentioned, private contractors, insurance companies. And you should choose DAD because of our neighborhood friendliness. Our employers work in the same community as they live in. This way we can assure you that you will be safe. No one wants a stranger going on your roof. You can even view the drone and the operator through a live feed on the drone controller. You can't go wrong with DAD. And like I mentioned, this is another roof picture that you could see from one of our drones. So this is our service cost. So if you want to have a one-time flyby from our operator, it would be $15 for viewing the roof with the operator. And I forgot to mention before, but the drone is the DJI Spark, and DJI is like a certified company. It's probably one of the best companies that sells drones. And that drone I'll get into later, it costs about $400. I included that in my expenses. So for $15, you get to view the roof with the operator, and keep in mind the controller has a screen where you could see the live feed from the drone. So you get to watch it right next to the operator. And for $5, if you pay $5 extra, you get an unlimited amount of pictures that we will email to you or send to you via text message. It really depends what you want. And then annual. So we also have an annual plan. So for $50, you get everything that the one time says, and you get to call us whenever you want. Like schedule an appointment. Let's say there's been like a really bad storm or something. You think something's happened to your roof, then you could just call us if you have the annual. So these are our operating hours. So we operate from Saturday to Sunday. It's like a part-time job. From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., that's when our calling hours are. And you can alternatively schedule an appointment at any time of the week. So let's say you're not available on the weekends and you want to do something in the daytime or any time in the evening, then we're pretty flexible to do that. So the reason that we shut down at 6 p.m. is because there's a law that states that it's illegal to fly drones in the night. So we went over the rules thoroughly to decide what to do and what not to do. Yeah. So, like I said before, this is my financial plan. So as you can see, we start small, and that's the key thing about the business. You start small, you see if it succeeds, then you continue. So in the first year, this is from 2018 and 2022, the first year we have about 10,000 to 16,000 revenue, and we calculated this obviously because we have a one-time and an annual cost. So we had to sort of balance them out and calculate like a range from both of them. So as you can see, it slowly increases, and obviously we get more money. And that's because in the beginning we only have one operator and one salesman in our community, and once that progresses, we buy another operator, or we hire another operator, another salesman, and that happens. So these are like the expenses combined with the money that we need to pay our employees. So the operator is $9 per hour, and the salesman is also $9 per hour. So for a part-time job, I guess it's decent. And then the drone itself is $400, and we have, in the future, we might partner up with Walmart because they're selling the best package right now in the market, which is $400 for like an extra battery, propellers, a charger, and like basically everything that you need. And then an iPad, we could just buy iPads off the internet. Anywhere we could get, like, we just need something to sort of record like where addresses are, so we know where the houses that we hit. And then the advertisement in total, like, flyers going door to door, it's all $100, improving our website, stuff like that. And yeah, that's just okay. All right. Any questions? Yeah.
You said your employees work in the neighborhoods they live in, right?
Yeah.
So how about all the other spaces? Do you have specific things for that, for the other people?
Well, so in my first year, we started in our community because it was easier to manage. Like, we have, in our community, I think we have around like 200 to 300 houses, like just in that area. So we use the people from our community, and then if that actually works out, then we'll hire more people. And then those people, we find out, like, because this is a local job, like, we haven't advanced it to like interstate and like international, obviously, because it hasn't gone that far. So it's just the people in our state, and I'm from Chicago, by the way, so it's just going to be in that area. And yeah.
So how the salesperson is different than the operator?
So yeah, that's a good question. So the operator actually flies the drone, and then the salesperson goes door to door. He schedules appointments. He hangs up flyers, does all the telemarketing.
So the operator must have a special skill?
Yeah, like we trained them before.
You guys?
Yeah.
So you have a cost for the training then?
Yes, that is included in the expenses.
It's a
Yes.
good presentation. Question mine, did you think, nowadays when there is any roof damage or something, usually insurance companies are involved,
Yeah.
like Allstate, State Farm,
Yeah.
AAA. Did you think one day that you will target those insurance companies,
And partner with them.
Yeah, we thought about that actually. Like, for example, like we have our service basically takes pictures, and we want to go, like, we don't want to tell people that, oh, you have damage. Like, we want someone who is certified to look at your roof and say that, okay, you have damage here, you need to get this fixed. So we're thinking of maybe working with like people from like Home Depot or like, I don't know, various other retail stores, or yeah.
So I wasn't clear on what exactly you were selling. Was it the inspection service, or was it also a repair service?
It's more of the inspection, because we take pictures of your roof, and it's for less money. Yeah. That's
So what he's saying makes sense, because once you show me the damage, you also have to show me how to fix it.
Yeah.
So you can actually offer your services to the insurance company.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Yes. And actually we can hire you for our
So the area that you chose is very sound. This is it's a big potential area of drone-based inspections of various kinds. Whether it's a airport runway or a railway line anywhere. But when I saw the rooftop, the first thing that jumped at me was all the guys were selling solar panels and selling you rooftop images based on Google Maps. So I don't know if you did any kind of competitive analysis to show that at some point will a Google rooftop do exactly what you're trying to do here.
I haven't really thought of that, but we'll see how it goes because, like I said, drones are also advancing. It's not just like the Google rooftops because they've estimated, I think, by in a couple of decades, I think there'll be one drone every like square mile or something like that. So it's not just Google. So we're going to be big competitors as well. Anything else?
Are you going to provide a referral service for the repair or?
Oh, sorry, I can hear you. What?
A referral service. I don't think you are planning to do a repair. Repair.
Oh yeah, we're not going to repair them.
Keep
Yeah.
enjoying that. That's a good idea.
No, actually, if we get one, we'll definitely pass that on to you.
Yeah, the other thing that and we spoke during the Q&A, one thing that I personally believe that if you can take the pictures and somehow do some predictive engineering, right, and to predict the failure before it occurs, then you would probably have a really big business.
Yeah,
right?
that's pretty advanced. Yeah.
Like you preventive.
It's
So
preventive.
it's just like you go annual checkup.
Yeah.
Any more question? Okay.
Good job,
Yeah,
Nishant.
please.
What are you planning to do before?
All right, so I'm probably gonna buy a drone myself instead of relying on my friend's drone. So then I could start my own business and then probably work all this out. Then if it becomes successful, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but my friend and I just doing that for, I think we did it over the weekend, one weekend. We made about like $40 doing it for our first time. So I just thought it would be a good idea. Yeah.
Another question?
What not?
Now, what I want to know, how was your experience while you were selling those products with the customer?
It was really fun, you know, because you're going around in your community with people that you recognize, and it's like, hey, you're selling something to people that you know, and they're happy about it, you're happy about it, you're doing something that's sort of like productive, so yeah.
We can clearly see all three of them are having so much fun
I know, I'm
with
so
their
proud
business
of you.
ideas, you know.
Yeah, I have one requirement. You were asking the kids what OSA can do, and you didn't ask the parents. I'm just volunteering.
Just hold that thought. I think we would get that feedback. Let's thank
I'm
Kurt.
done here, yeah. I think I'm done here.
Yeah, you're
Right,
done.
yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, I think what we, so this concludes the competition. I think that now we can open